I'm at a Diddy party right now, and I ain't never been more humiliated in my damn life.
There go 4.5 disturbing truths we can't afford to ignore as Diddy's drama unfolds.
As soon as I came through the door, they strip searched me. Then they made me put this shit on. Everybody had to put this shit on like prison issue.
I'm gonna expose why we'll get more names and convictions from the Diddy list than we will ever see from the J. Epstein and Get Busy Jizzy list.
Fuck, you wanna make sure ain't nobody wearing no damn wire. I said, I look like a f***ing snitch to you.
I'm also gonna use the Diddy saga as a teaching moment to help clarify the different levels of power and give you 4.5 insights to end your cycle of self-sabotage. Warning shot number 1, you can't afford to ignore in Diddy saga.
Every man makes mistakes, but when those mistakes get repeated over a course of decades, they become patterns.
And patterns become the trail of breadcrumbs that lead to your truth. Bars. Back in November of 2023, the Adult Survivors Act was about to expire in New York City, and it allowed victims of SA to file lawsuits against their sugar against their abusers, regardless of when the abuse occurred. This means adult survivors who was previously unable to seek justice due to the statute of limitations could now hold their abusers accountable. Pop singer Cassie, Diddy's ex, got $30 million within 24 hours of filing her charges against Diddy. Shit hit like a 24-hour check cashing service. Other alleged SA victims hoping to get that 24-hour justice started blowing the whistle like a Too Short mixtape. SA charges against Diddy piled up quicker than prison contraband. Like it or not, your patterns become the blueprint of your life. And if I teach what I'm about to teach without the jokey joke, my channel getting shut down like an insurrection reunion.
Popo said we had to leave the premises or be detained. They could keep that shit. Nigga got prize. Got me a dope little gift bag though.
Next up on 4.5 warning shots you can't ignore in the Diddy saga, warning shot number 2.
Another thing I learned at this Diddy party, unspoken agendas hold the most weight.
Especially if they died on government secrets. Bars. The media will tell you the feds raided Diddy's home, and Homeland Security investigators scoured Diddy's mansion. But let me spell it out for you in clearer terms. The feds performed a meticulous extraction of Diddy's profits. Extraction of what?
Man, they be stuffing these things with technology that ain't even come out yet.
When you see federal agents working this closely with mainstream media to bring down an alleged black villain, it's because the reputation of a much more powerful villain is at stake.
And it probably ain't got shit to do with Pac neither.
Does not mean Diddy is not an accomplice. Does not discredit the claims of his alleged SA accuser. But these federal agents out here doing thousands of raids per year, but it don't be all on mainstream news, do it. Who remembers all the mainstream news coverage for when the feds raided DJ Drama crib for selling mixtapes?
Y'all hear them crickets?
When the feds raided an Amish farm for raising livestock and growing crops naturally.
That's a lot of fucking crickets.
When the feds committed the biggest armed robbery in American history.
Where the fuck them crickets at?
That's right, the feds got busted for being the armed robbers in a so-called raid. And yet,
ain't shit but crickets.
Little or no mainstream coverage.
If that don't take inside job to a whole new level, I don't know what will.
So, why is Diddy getting more airtime than Trump, Putin, Israel, and Palestine? If you think it's because celebrity home tours now qualify as breaking news, the answer is no.
Another weird thing that happened at the Diddy party, 2 old white dudes in white beater t-shirts kept telling me to come upstairs and hang out. They wanted me to hang all the way out. I said, how about I bust your head? They ain't with me no more. But then security got to sweating me.
In other words, these media promoted raids could be more about confiscating and incriminating evidence, like powerful men sipping Ciroc, sniffing coke, and giving young Miami back shots at Diddy house all caught on hidden camera. I'm not saying it happened, and I ain't saying it didn't happen.
I'm just trying to get young men to understand that the deepest agendas are seldom spoken aloud.
Especially in mainstream media. The lesson?
Never showcase your end goal. Never showcase your level of influence. And never showcase the hand that feeds you.
Pause.
The things you really want out of life should always remain private, even after you get it, like good prison pussy. Pause.
Always present the things about yourself that connect with the people's emotions and psychological needs, so they end up supporting your hidden agenda without even knowing it. That's exactly what powerful people use media to do to you. That's what they're doing right now. Next up on 4.5 warning shots we can't ignore in the Diddy saga, warning shot number 3.
I done did some security. It was hidden cameras all over Diddy house. I seen them with my own 2 eyes, man. You trick yourself all you want, but ain't nothing a secret in the USA, you heard me?
And ain't nobody slipping under the radar neither. In a recent trial, federal authorities requested Google to hand over names, addresses, phone numbers, and user activities for accounts that viewed certain YouTube videos.
Motherfuckers I don't even know videotaping me, taking pictures of me and shit. Man, f*** you,
In America, even your imaginary friends is under surveillance. Bars. So the likelihood of a pop icon with a name like Diddy running a sex fucking operation without the aid of intelligence agencies or other high-ups and getting away with it for this long, very unlikely. Same way that a lot of y'all believe John Barnett, the Bowen whistleblower, was silenced to protect Bowen and his shareholders, and the same way a lot of you believe Jeff Epps was silenced to protect CIA interests in the names of society's elite. Maybe Diddy turned informant to avoid prison, and that's how Diddy could get away with all these allegations for as long as he did.
I ain't gonna wait till I get home to figure out what I got in this motherfucker. We gonna figure it out right now. This is technically my YouTube channel's first unboxing. Oh, look, oh shit. Puff Daddy socks, that's what's up. Eye covers.
Maybe some of Diddy's associates had the power and influence to make some of Diddy's problems go away. And maybe they got shook after all these allegations against Diddy started going public.
What's up? The fuck this supposed to be?
What you need to know is, your activities is being documented by the feds whether you give consent or not. And if you haven't been charged with a crime, it's because you are not yet a threat to their interests.
Well, maybe you ain't trying hard enough and need to step up your game.
Next up on 4.5 warning shots we can't ignore in the Diddy saga. Warning shot number 4 is a hard reality to accept, but in the USA it's even harder to deny.
I tell you what, them popos wasn't fucking with them rich white motherfuckers. You are disposable. They are not.
I want to start by making it clear that the list containing 166 names commonly referred to as the Epstein list,
that shit fake it in the ass on a TikTok thirst trap.
As if transparency is still in beta testing, so only some people getting it. Media showing you in real time how certain people of a certain ilk disposable like a Threads account.
Diddy got me walking through Miami looking like the Black Silence of the Lamb.
Remember when that Netflix documentary came out and all them allegations against Epstein went public? Suddenly mainstream news, social media, and everything in between was being used to generate public outrage and discredit repeat sex offender Jeff Epstein. Was it to mitigate the risk of J.Ep going rogue and disclosing his connection with the CIA or dropping big names in a plea deal? The media made it clear how big Jeff and Jizzy's operation was, yet the conviction count low like elevator music.
Some weird shit happened at that Diddy party. This one little white girl stuffed a little canister in my harness, said it was gonna save my soul, so I pulled it out and looked at it. The shit said mace.
I ain't saying Diddy's innocent, but the excessive force used by the feds and the well-orchestrated mainstream media coverage seemed kind of theatrical. It seemed like an attempt to enrage the public, discredit, dehumanize, and dispose of the problem, just like they did with JF and Jiz Max. And the lower you is on the pyramid of power, the easier it is to discredit you, the easier it is to control you. But for this to make sense, you first have to understand how power operates. So next up on 4.5 warning shots we can't ignore in the Diddy saga, warning shot number 4.5.
Man, you at a Diddy party and they just rubbing the pyramid of power all in your fucking face like an inmate nuts.
Most of Diddy's list probably sit right around here. Lower end government, corporations, and media. Most of Epstein's list probably sit right around here. Government, world banks, maybe even think tanks.
But the strangest thing of everything that happened at Diddy's party, aside from this fucking get up, is running into my ex. She always liked that high life.
Here's what I know. Don't nobody care about what Diddy do to the folks on the bottom of the pyramid. So what you should be asking is, who from this area, world banks, government, could have potentially swum downstream, played nice while acting out their vices, then later learned about all the hidden cameras in Diddy house? Who did Diddy piss off that has the power to hire and mobilize the feds and media to orchestrate the takedown?
If you rich enough, this type of blitz ain't no different from when streamers used to send SWAT teams to each other's house.
And how does this pertain to your bag? Well, if you don't understand the hierarchy, you don't get to choose your path. You only get to climb the lubricated ladder that they give you. Bars. And here go a bonus. 50 wasn't the only one with a baby mama getting stretched out by Diddy. He ran through my now ex like a laxative, but it wasn't the only time I've been cheated on. I also got cheated on by my fiance, and guess what else I figured out? It was all my fault, and here go 4.5 reasons why. Like I said, I do self-help, not current events, so subscribe at your own risk. My purpose on this planet is to help men go from fumble to focus and finesse the game of life.